What's going on, everyone? It's Dennis here from Zeki's Reef, coming at you with an update. And boy, oh boy, it's long overdue. Let's address the elephant in the room, because I did promise in my previous video, if you watched the previous video, if you didn't ignore all this, that I'd be increasing the frequency of my uploads, which I still hope to do. But a week or so after I uploaded that video, I tore my Achilles tendon playing a game of soccer on a lunch break at work. And lo and behold, I've been in a pretty much immobile, because I've had an equine backsling cast, I believe is what it's called. Pointing my toe down, which means getting around without a pair of crutches is tough. Doing anything without crutches is even worse. Everything that I need to do for this fish tank would involve me doing it without crutches. So I've neglected this tank. And to my wife's credit, she did quite a bit as far as being able to fill up the auto top-off chambers and such. But doing the water change is too overwhelming. Like, she had myself, some guests over, so she's looking after me full-time, looking after our son full-time, and then also looking after the guests. So I'm more than happy to let this tank slide a little bit to ease any sort of burdens on my wife. And now I've got a moon boot, which does help me be more of a use and help around the house, and then also look after the tank. The tank itself, though, held up relatively well. Things are unhappy at the moment, so we've got a bit of discoloring here and there. The rainbow millie is no longer really a rainbow millie, for example. I've had a little bit of discoloring on the red tabling acro, that's gone browned out, and then it's gone not pale, but just like purpley instead of the usual vibrant red that it had before. So I'm going to slowly get the water back to the chemistry that led to that. Things have grown, though. What had happened is, whilst we had guests, they're from warmer parts, so they shut all the windows. They're pretty much downstairs. So the carbon dioxide built up in the room. It's not a huge room that this tank's in. And pH dropped down to around 7.3, which isn't that bad for tap water, I guess. But for a reef tank, probably not ideal. So once I started walking again and I was able to test the pH, I saw it was really down and started undertaking measures like cracking windows open. Now the guests have gone, you can crack a window open down here, even though it gets a little bit cold. The curtains help keep the insulation doing its job and keeping the warm air in, but also circulating in fresh oxygen. Ran a CO2 scrubber that helps keep the pH up. And I've only really had to pull one piece out. It was a piece I got, it was a nice rainbowy piece that sat behind the red tabling, but it's encrusted on the rock, so I'm just going to let that grow out over the course of the next year or two and see what happens. The most devastating thing that's happened in this tank is I lost Woody, the flasher wrasse. I do have a mesh net over the top of my tank, and I also run Kessels and they're goosenecked, so there's a few areas where I've used like ABS plastics and acrylic as a like temporary cover to sort of slot in exactly around instead of using the frame. And obviously wrasse are really strong swimmers, so Woody has obviously barged his way up and out of the tank, which sucks. I really enjoyed Woody. I probably will, sorry, I have a bit of a shot here and you can see all the corals as well. Some of them have grown. I'll probably replace Woody with another flasher wrasse, maybe a carpenter, but I might try a different one. I really enjoyed Woody, so I don't know if I can replace Woody. So, yeah, it is what it is. And as you can see, the corals are growing over. They're not the happiest, some of them. Some of them are doing pretty well. That being said, guys, I will pop another update in the tank. Maybe do some movements, add a few new corals here and there, jump into some LPS as well. With that being said, though, be easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.